What does it take to achieve greatness? Is it talent, hard work, obsession, or is it something even deeper, a complete rejection of comfort in pursuit of mastery? Michelangelo was more than just a Renaissance artist. He was a man who sacrificed everything, his time, wealth, and even his health, to create works that would last forever. He spent 4 years lying on his back, painting the Sistine Chapel. He sculpted David from a ruined block of marble that others had abandoned. He lived as if he were poor, despite being one of the richest artists of his time. Michelangelo never chased luxury, he chased perfection. And that's why his name is still remembered centuries later. Today we're going to break down Michelangelo's mindset, his work ethic, and why rejecting comfort may be the secret to creating something truly timeless. Michelangelo was not just an artist, he was a relentless perfectionist. He once said, "If people knew how hard I worked to achieve my mastery, it wouldn't seem so wonderful at all." And he meant it. Unlike many Renaissance artists who dabbled in multiple subjects, Michelangelo devoted his entire existence to perfecting his craft. He rarely slept, sometimes working days on end without rest. He saw flaws no one else could see. Once, he destroyed a nearly finished sculpture because it didn't meet his standards. He was never satisfied, believing that art could always be better. To Michelangelo, every piece of stone held a hidden masterpiece inside. His job was not to create, but to remove everything that was unnecessary. This is the first lesson of the Michelangelo mindset. True mastery requires obsession. Most people settle for good enough. Michelangelo believed that good enough was the enemy of greatness. Are you willing to work so hard that your craft becomes everything to you? Despite being one of the wealthiest artists of his time, Michelangelo lived like a poor man. He slept in his clothes and boots, barely taking time to rest. He refused to spend money on luxuries, saying that comfort would soften his discipline. He worked in isolation, often avoiding public life to stay focused on his art. He once wrote in a letter, "I have no friends, I need none, I have only my work." Michelangelo understood something that few do today. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Think about it. The easier your life is, the less hungry you are to create something incredible. The more distracted you are, the harder it is to focus on work that matters. The more you chase luxury, the less urgency you feel to produce something timeless. The second lesson of the Michelangelo mindset is this: if you want to be great, stop chasing comfort. Does that mean you have to suffer to succeed? Not necessarily. But it does mean you must be willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term impact. Most people won't do that. That's why most people aren't remembered. Perhaps the most incredible part of Michelangelo's story is that he never stopped. At 74 years old, he was still carving sculptures and designing architecture. He worked on St. Peter's Basilica, one of the greatest churches in history, until the day he died. When others were resting, he was still chasing perfection. Even as his hands shook with age, he refused to retire. He believed his work was never done. Most people slow down as they get older. Michelangelo sped up. The final lesson of the Michelangelo mindset is this: act as if you have less time than you do. Because the truth is, you do. Your life is passing by every second. The question is, what will you create before time runs out? So what can we learn from Michelangelo today? Mastery takes obsession. You must love your craft so much that it becomes a part of you. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Stop chasing an easy life and start chasing excellence. Time is running out. The world won't wait for you to create something timeless. You have to make it happen. Michelangelo spent his entire life carving, painting, and building a legacy that still inspires us centuries later. The question is, what will you leave behind? Comment below. What's one area of your life where you need to stop settling and start chasing mastery? If this video inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into the mindsets of history's greatest thinkers.